Under the endless night sky of Canaan, God told Abram, "Look up at the stars, count them if you can, so shall your descendants be." But this wasn't just a poetic promise. What happened next was one of the most mysterious and powerful moments in the Bible. A moment when heaven and earth met in fire and smoke, to seal a covenant that still holds power today. God instructs Abram to bring specific animals: a heifer, a goat, a ram, a dove, and a pigeon. Abram cuts them in half and arranges the pieces, waiting. But God delays. As the sun sets, a thick darkness falls. The air becomes heavy. A dread, holy and overwhelming, covers Abram. Then suddenly, he sees it. A smoking firepot and a flaming torch appear, passing between the pieces. Fire and smoke, the visible symbols of God's presence, move down the path alone. Abram does not walk through. Only God does. In ancient covenants, both parties would walk between the split pieces, signifying, "May I be torn apart like these animals if I break this promise." But God doesn't let Abram join him. He's saying, "This covenant doesn't depend on your faithfulness, Abram. It depends on mine." This is the heart of grace. God takes the full responsibility. He promises blessing, descendants, and a land, based not on man's perfection, but on his own eternal faithfulness. Centuries later, that same covenant thread burns through history. When Jesus, the true seed of Abraham, hung on the cross, he became the covenant sacrifice. Once again, there was darkness. Once again, heaven and earth shook. The fire of God's judgment fell, not on us, but on him. The covenant that began with fire and smoke was fulfilled in blood and grace. And because of that, every promise God made to Abram still echoes through you and me today. We are children of that covenant, sealed not with smoke and flame, but with the Holy Spirit of promise. When you feel forgotten, remember the fire that walked alone. When you doubt God's promises, remember the torch that never went out. God swore by himself that his covenant stands, unbreakable, unchanging, unstoppable. And that's why the flaming torch and smoking firepot still matter. Subscribe for more revealing Bible stories that transform lives